Hello everybody, welcome back to the shop for another episode of Bob TV. I know you guys have been missing them, but we kind of had some sad news in the family. It's been going on for a month. On the wife's side, her father passed away. It was kind of a long, drawn-out deal in the hospital and spending a lot of time up there, and just one of them facts of life that ain't easy to deal with, but I'm still here and I'm plugging away. Now, making this video for one of my fans, old Dan Fish. He has just made, from watching my videos, made him a A4D Skyray mold. He made the plug, man, and made his molds, and they really came out good, all from watching my videos. But he's ready to lay up a fuselage, and he's kind of worried about bagging it. Okay, Dan, here's the deal. This bagging, I kind of had a tough time with it when I started doing it. Now I blow through it, man. The main thing, see, I got one of them little dips too that you're talking about. You just got to have enough plastic in your mold to go down there. You just want way more plastic in here. Everything's got to lay flat. You know, nothing, this plastic I use don't stretch. But I've tried that stretchy plastic and I just kind of didn't like it. You know, I like this stuff right here. This is nice stuff. And you just got to make sure you have enough plastic inside that the plastic lays flat. No stretching across this stuff. And it ain't hard to do. What I did here, okay, see all my pleats and my tacky tape, I kind of started right here. And anywhere, you know, any place you have something like this, you want a pleat right there. Okay, and you go straight across on your pleats. You can steer them, you know, but you just want to go straight across so you get some slack in your bag right there. And you just got to have lots of slack in your bag. It don't matter how much extra you got. You can, you know, you just want plenty in there. And kind of started right here. And this is the tough part on this mold, is this back part. Okay, you know, I wanted to pleat there, so you just want plenty of extra. Just, it don't matter how much extra, just, you know, it don't matter. So just put as much as you want. Okay, and I put a pleat there, so it would go down right here. Okay, then I came up and I had to put pleats here, to, you know, for this corner, and then to be able to wrap it around there. Okay, and I went around there. I came around all the time. I was checking. See, because you can kind of steer your plastic a little bit with these pleats. You can kind of steer it, okay, to get extra in there and to make sure you come around right. You want to kind of keep it kind of all square, because you don't want to end up with way too much up there. But that's where the steering comes in, okay? And you come around this corner. Didn't need no pleat there because I had all this extra, but this whole time I was checking it. Okay, because if you run a little short, you can pull it up, steer it around. Okay, then I came around this corner. And I wanted to pleat right there because I'm straight across there. I kind of got this stuff. So I wanted, you know, an extra wrinkle. See, this wrinkle, when I started, went straight across. Okay, I came around here and I had this right here. So I put a pleat there. Now remember, all this was not attached yet. Okay, then I came up here and I did this one. They put a pleat there, because I had to come way down in here And I wanted that extra wrinkle. See all that extra? Don't matter how much extra you got. You just got to be able to come out right, semi-close, okay? So then I got to about here, then I stopped, okay? And I came around this side. And remember, I started right there, but it wasn't kind of coming out right, so I had to pull it up, pull all this back up, and then took this and steered it a little bit right there, and then put it back down, came there, put a pleat, because I had one there, came around, put a pleat there, and all this time I'm checking. Make sure I got enough plastic in there to where nothing's stretched across. You know, you want that plastic to go down against your mold everywhere. You know, you don't want nothing stretched. And here you gotta know what to check. And then I started worrying about, okay, how am I going to come out up front? So I kind of steered it a little bit, checking, you know, checking it out. And went a little farther. And I had one pleat there, so, and see, that's where this came in right there. I wanted the pleat right there so that would get in there. So I made sure when I got to here, I had enough extra plastic in there. And then I came around, as long as you got enough plastic in there, you're good to go. I mean, it's not that big a deal. Okay? Then I came around, and all the time I'm kind of looking up here. And came around to here, then came up here and you know, steering my plastic so I would come out about right. Okay, then I stopped right there, and I had a big old hump right there. So I put a piece of tacky tape there, and then just went down like it, you know, steered it a little bit to where it would lay flat there. Then wham, see how I do my tacky tape on where I'm stopping? Oh, that tacky tape was that tall, but I folded it down until I can come up with a nice edge right there. Okay? See, all right, that's done. Then you hook up your pump. Okay? And let it suck down, kind of be watching, make sure, you know, it's down in all the corners. You know, kind of then when it gets close, you know, put your finger in there and mash it down. And then once it's drawn tight, you check everything. Okay, and if you got something bridging across there, you just take off your pump. You know, take off your hose, and you know, you got all these wrinkles, you can get it in there, you just can't do it all at the same time, you know, because once it starts sucking down, wham, it goes. And then you just make sure it's sucked down tight everywhere. And if it's not, just undo your vacuum hose, work your wrinkles around, you know, because this is where I have, you don't want it to be like that. See where it stretched across there, just unhook your hose and fix it, hook it back up. Okay, then come over here and check. I want that, make sure all that's real tight. So in any place that ain't, you just unhook your hose, fix it, put your hose back on, and make sure all these corners are, your plastic is tight against your mold, and it'll come out good. That only took 9 minutes. Okay, let's take this plastic off. But I like the thicker, non-stretchable. You know, I wasn't real fond of that stretchable. I didn't stretch as good as it said. Now today's Monday. We laid this up yesterday. And this plastic is long time use. I can probably cut it up for some smaller molds. fact, I think it will. I got some smaller parts to lay up. I can use a lot of this plastic. Actually, on the smaller molds, I reuse them several times. Okay. Now, this is that Teflon pill ply. I'm not real fond of it, guys. See, I was able to reuse some of it, but not like they claim. I don't know. Probably should have took all this off last night when I didn't. But I don't think this Teflon stuff's worth the extra money. I don't like it. My personal opinion anyway. If I would have what I do, when I hook these up to vacuum, I take one of the brushes I was using, wrap it up in peel ply, and put it in the mold. Okay? And then, you know, you can check your brush when your brush is set up, your epoxy is set up. Okay, now last night I checked this and it was set up, but it was still a little green. And then your peel ply and breathe the cloth and dry it out real easy. You let it cure out overnight. A little harder. See what I mean? They claim this stuff is reusable, but I reuse some of it. But on the edges, see, the epoxy's still there. That might be why it's a little tough to get up to. Some of it's used, I don't know. I'm just going to use regular peel ply from now on. Buy regular peel ply. That stuff ain't cheap though, man. They sure like peel ply. It's like $9 a jar. Buy a whole roll of it, you get it a little cheaper, but that's like $700. You know. Bam. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. This part was I reused. I'm just not impressed with it. It's not worth the extra money in my book. But last night, this stuff would just peel right off real easy. I hope that helps you with your bagging there, old Dan. But it came out pretty good. I'm happy. And you see on that big floppy bottom right here, this bottom would have been real soft. So I put some of that foam right there, and that keeps the bottom from being floppy, you know. But I take scissors and I trim all my glass before we bag it. Trim all my glass before I bag it with scissors, you know. And then these are my favorite blades for trimming these edges, these cheapos. Get it from Hobby King, man. 10 for $1, 12 for $1, something like that. Bam! And just go around the edges like that. When you get most of it cut off though, sure makes it a lot easier. Bam-o. But I got the other half all done. It's laid up over there in the corners, but I'm getting ready to join these fuselages, and I'll make you another video. How's that? Bam! But things are getting kind of back to normal, so we might make a video or two this week. And for you guys that are jonesing for your Bob TV, I know you're out there. But we'll see you guys back in the shop. Same Bob time, same Bob station.